Hello, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world and time you are watching me from right now. My name is Paul Tayo Burefo, and I am your facilitator in this platform. In our series that we've been discussing on Microsoft 365 Admin Center, today we are diving straight down to users and group management. What do we have in users and group management? We have adding and managing users. The admin center is a centralized location that administrators can use to add and manage users. This method provides an easy and efficient way to manage user and their assets. I guess today we will just be adding few users with different techniques. Maybe some other time or the next time we will look at managing users from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. I hope we all remember the methods of accessing our Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We have the PowerShell command. We have the cmd.ms, which is the command list for all the Microsoft admin centers. We have via Office, where you navigate to your admin in your office.com. And then finally, my favorite method, which seems to be the easiest, which is the admin center. So we'll be bringing up our favorite browser, and in my own case I'm using the Edge browser, and I'll just go straight to say admin.microsoft.com, and then I'm expecting it to load up my administrator's page for me now. So we are here, and like we said before, our focus today is on users and group management. What we have here, we have users, we have teams and groups, we have roles, we have resources, and we have marketable. Our focus this time, but our focus this time will be on user only, and we have what we have as active users. I believe you should know this by now. We have discussed it over time. These are our current employees in my organization, and we have contacts. Like I told us before, contacts are those external people who are not necessarily in our tenant, but their email are saved in our tenant just in case we need to contact them for any of their services. Let's take for example, our mechanical engineer from another company may just be the ones in charge of our mechanical services in our company. So we may just save their contacts here using their email address, so that whenever we need them, we don't have to be going through the route of looking for their email address. We can just navigate or even search for their name if we have them to our contacts. We may just want to navigate to our contacts and get the information while we communicate them. Then we have the guest users. The guest user, we don't have anyone here. The guest users are the external users that are collaborating with us in our own tenant, probably on documents or projects, right? So that is what they are for. And then we have the deleted users. So these are resources, and even this is a user. These two are resources, right? Resources could be equipment, it could be a room. In this case we have the office arena, and we have the meeting boardroom, just in case you want to make use of them, but we have deleted them. And this place is where we call the soft delete. They will be here for up to 30 days before they will be permanently deleted, right? But if I want to force delete these resources and user before that 3 days, I may want to go through the Entra admin, which you know as Entra ID. It's formerly known as Azure Active Directory, which is Azure AD, right? So In this our case, we want to create users. So we have add a user, then we have a user template, and then we have add multiple users, and then we have multi-factor authentication. I believe we all know what multi-factor authentication is. So when we say add a user, we are saying to add a singular user to our company. Now, when we say templates in the sense that let's say the person is in account, right? If the person is in accounting, we may just want to, and maybe we have a template for accounting before. There are a lot of settings that we don't need to start doing all over again because we know this person is going to accounting. It's just to open the accounting template and then we get the person's name filled in. There are multiple users. We have several ways, about 2 ways of adding multiple users. I'm not talking about using the PowerShell right now. I'm talking about via the online portal. So we can download the CSV templates and add them. We can as well enter them manually, but we will start by adding a singular user. So the first thing that you want to do, even the first name and the last name is not all that important, hence the asterisk is not here. So we may want to say Peter, and then we say the last name should be what? Kenny. Automatically this display name will take the first name and the last name. So when it comes to username, it depends on your organizational structure. You may want to say p.kenny.com, which is the initials of the first name and then dot the second name. However, it has to be distinct in a way so it will always be easy for the administrator to create users in accordance to the company standard. So in this case, we will say Peter dot Kenny. That is it, right? I don't need to add anything again. So if I have multiple domain, I will come here and choose the domain that I want to assign to Peter, so that anytime he wants to log in, this becomes his username, right? Peter.kenny at this. So if I want the password to be created automatically, I can leave it like this. But if I don't want it, I can just click here and then I enter password. It is best practice for standard organization. You have a particular password you use to set names for your users. Then but in this case we will say they should just create a password automatically. Then here where it says require this user to change their password when they first log in, yes, it is best practice for security reasons. So even the admin that create the account do not know the password. So I will check this, then I will next. Now this is where I define the access I want the user to be able to access, the products or the resources I want. So yeah, this is where I want the user to have access to certain resources, right? So this is Microsoft 365 A5 developer without Windows and audio conferencing. If I should click on it, you see that this user have access to 73 application. I may decide to go and uncheck some. Maybe this user don't need let's say this user doesn't need but the Microsoft Teams application. Okay, let's say avatar. Yes, I can click on this so that whenever I want to use avatar during Teams call, you will not be able to have it, right? So I can uncheck. If there are things I don't want him to have access to here, I can just uncheck them and go, right? So I will create this one with license. No, I will create this one without a license, right? I'll create it without a license so that I can go and create another one with a license. So I will just next. It is best practice to not create a user without a license. It's best practice. Don't give them any license until they resume office, right? So yeah, administration access. If I want the person to have a global admin or something, but if I want the person to have certain admin, maybe I'm recruiting this guy to be an help desk administrator, I can just click here. So he comes into the office, he will have access to the help desk administrator portal. But if I should say global admin have access to every portal. But in this case, I will create this user without an administration access. So I may decide to say, okay, more information, and then I'll go and set up the job title, the department, it falls into office. They are not necessary, right? So I'm just gonna script this. Then I'm next and say finish. This is just the view of everything I've created, right? So I will do finish adding. This is finish adding. I may want to send this to the user, then I will have to print. If I want to send to the user, then I print, and then I will just save it as PDF and then send over to Peter so he can have access to it. Okay, so we have created Peter, right? This is the password, and this is the username. So I'm going to open an incognito Windows, and then I will sign in to office.com. Okay, so if I should sign into office.com, I will do sign in. Then I will quickly enter his username. Okay, his username, and then I will next, and then I will enter the pin here. I will be prompted to change the password, putting in the initial password. Then I will have to create a password. Okay, so it has matched, and then I'll next. I'm expecting them to prompt me to go and set up authentication method, but in this case I will do ask later. It will be required in the next 14 days. That is because as a result of the company's policy. Okay, and then I will open another tab here, and I will say admin.microsoft.com. Remember, it doesn't have any administrators rule, as well it doesn't have any license. Now you see, switch to an account that has permission. Your account with these days doesn't have, permission, and here you will see it everywhere is blurry. Let me refresh so that it can become clear for us to see proper. Okay, now you see here, new to Microsoft 365. Okay, this person doesn't have any license assigned to him. They should contact their name and stuff like that. There is no harm, there is nothing you can do, absolutely nothing. So we would go back to our users, right? So when I go to active users, I'm expecting that Peter should come up here already. Okay, I would have to refresh. So Peter would come up here already. So Peter is here. So I double click. I want to assign some license to him now, and probably some administrators role. So I will come to licenses and app, and don't forget our account. From the last class, we are still having 5 out of 25 left for the E5 365 developers app, and then I will just do a save changes. Right, that is saving. I'm expecting that it should come up as soon as possible. He has access to 77 apps. Okay, so what if I want to assign a role to Peter? Right, I can do role assignment. Let me just quickly assign an administrator's role to him. So role assignment, let's look for a role. Let's do global admin. No, let's do exchange. Let's do exchange administrator. So it will only have access to exchange. Then I'll do assign admin, right? Assigned admin. Then I'll now do add user. Okay, so I want to bring Peter here so that it can be one of the exchange administrator for my company. So that is saved. Okay, that is saved. Let's go back to Peter here and refresh. Let's see what will happen. As it comes up, let me load these two, and then I will open cmd.ms, and then I'll next, I want to search for exchange, right? So this is exchange, and just hope it has sync. So here you see they're still saying it doesn't have the permission to access the global administrator. Okay, even here, and here it doesn't have, it is yet to sync. So I'll just quickly go and create another user with administrative unit and access. Okay, so we know this already. I'll just say Victor Tune. Let me do Victor Tune. I'll just do next. So I will assign a license, and then I'll next administrative. Yes, I want to give him exchange administrator, and then I'll next, and then I'll finish up. So because I created this with administrative unit and assets, it will automatically be generated for Victor. So if I should copy this and copy this, so this is what I want to do now. I've opened here again, so I'm refreshing to see if it has synced. Sometimes it takes up to 10 minutes. You see, as it stated here, wait 10 minutes and refresh the page. In this case, it's yet to come, so I will just open quickly to sign in on another account, and then I want to sign in Victor, right? Victor, and then I'll sign in. Of course, I'm expecting them to say I should change, and then next. The next thing is to prompt me to go and set authenticator. I'm closing that out just so you know. Okay, now you see that this user have access to Teams, Word, Excel, and so on, about 72 of them that he has access to. Right now, let's go to admin center. Now I will just go back so I can do that again. Admin. Okay, let me sign out and switch. It doesn't have access. Yes, so I will enter again. Here you come. This is the admin center, right? This is Victor. Yes, what does he have access to? When you say identity, even in this identity, you see there is exchange. Even in this identity, we only have access to manage the identity of mail boxes and nothing more, because this user only have access to exchange, so it can only configure things that are related to what exchange. That is the essence. You see them here, and if I should reload this, you see that yes, it will come up automatically, because this user, let me come to cnd.ms exchange. I can't tell why it's not coming up. Maybe it's something I want to troubleshoot, but we've seen it here already. Exchange is okay. Let me click here, exchange. Okay, something is wrong. I may want to check this out much later. Okay, you may in your own time try to troubleshoot it and see why it's not coming up. Okay, so that is that about that. Okay, now what if, like I said, user template, I don't even have a template, I guess. Yes, I don't have a template, but let's just take the opportunity to define a template. So we are going to configure this as to say sales, right? This template is for sales. This template is for sales employees. Okay, so we next basics. Okay, everybody here should be picking this domain. Your password should always be auto-generated password. Require user, just like you are please select license to assign to user. Okay, because they are I may say no, I don't want access to be assigned to them. After everything, we'll now assign users whichever way we want it. Then we'll now check this, which access do we want them to have. So we are creating them without an access. So profile information, job title, we may say this may not be necessary, right? Okay, and then you next, you review, and then you finish adding. Okay, now if I should close this and I want to add a user using this template, okay, I'll just say use template. Then what I just need there is a Vicky Toria, then is here. Then I'll do Vicky dot Toria. So this now I can modify it. Unlike our usual way of adding users, I can modify this because we are using a template and it has been configured that it should be picking this. So I'll just do add user. Automatically it's adding. Try to set access, set permission and all of that. No, it doesn't need it. So that is the function of template. Okay, so we will back, and then let's see the option for managing for creating a bulk user. We call it bulk user. So we can say A, B, C, D, E, F. Then you click A, B, C, D, E, F, right? And then we just select a domain. Let's just add to GHIJKL, right? That's day. So I will now do next, select the location and licenses, for the users as usual. So I'll say do not, and then I will know, and then I'll do add users. Creating them, it's taking time. You added 0 user, say to import 1 or more users. Okay, there is error in setting up those names, but that is how it's being done. Remember Victor Tune, Victoria, and Peter Kenny, right? So we can say this is another option of doing this. You say I like to upload CSS file. Now you may want to create your own default CSS file where you fill up everything, but in this case I will do a file. Let's create a file that includes some information by Microsoft. So we would open, right, and we do this to expand it. So we have this now. So they just saying country or region, zip or postal code, state, province, state. These are just basic details of the guy, but don't forget that we only have about 4 options that are very necessary here: the username, the first name, the last name, and the display name. Very, very important. So we will upload and see the outcome. Okay, it's validating the users. Okay, so it's expected to next. Select the location and product for the 2 users. Let's say we don't want them to have any access. Don't forget we have Paul Taye and Taye Paul. Then the user we want to add, and then we just finish by saying add users. So these are the users. They are automatically generated password, and yeah, we can decide to print. It will give us the full details, and here we close. If we go back to our active users, you'll discover that those users are here. You see Paul Taye, and then you see Taye Paul. Okay, you see them, they are on license, and this is on license. So these I will delete users. Let me just delete the user that I've just created. Okay, I will have to uncheck this Peter and log in again and see. So these users, I'm going to delete them now. Then we have a delete user. You can see here you can restore deleted user data for up to 30 days. After 30 days, data will be permanently deleted. So I'm deleting them right about now. So we expected that they should go, and then this Victor license should come back to me to count our file. So while this load, I will open another in private windows, and then I will check office.com again if Peter now have access to my resources. So let's try to log in Peter again. Let's see how I'm going to log in Peter and see if we have him on board already to use our resources. Okay, so yes, let's go. I said okay, you see now the applications have come, right? It only took time before it synced. Now he has the same access to this user. Now let me go and delete him as well from I can delete him from here. So now this is another thing, right? Now these users we just created, because of the license we give them, they automatically have what we call mailbox, right? They automatically have what they call mailbox, and as well they have exchange licenses. That is why they can access Outlook and access emails. But because we have not set alliance available for this user, so we can't even do anything with it. We don't have any delegated access. Now alliance is, if you send email to him, it should be dropping in another email as well. So we can always set that. And then delegated access is maybe delegating another user of the organization to have access to his mailbox. We have different kinds of them. Okay, we have the full access, we have the send as, and then we have send on behalf of, right? But we've not done any of these. So give another access to this user's OneDrive files for 30 days after the user is deleted. So if this user has some files in his OneDrive, so you can assign one person from this department to be able to access them even while this user is out of your organization. I'm going to uncheck that. Then you can give the user's mailbox, right, to another person. Let me quickly show you his mailbox, his Outlook, right? So it will open his Outlook. Now let's say this user has some important messages before now, or messages that will be coming in, right? This user that I'm assigning, if I should say okay, I want to assign his mailbox to another person now, this person will be able to have full access to his mailbox. Let's say Tribunal Joe, then I'll do next. Then I'll say use the current display name Peter Kenny. So even if he's gone and I want to check, we'll still see all of it. I want to change the display name like that, automatic reply. We can say thank you for contacting Polandi Cloud Ministry. We regret to inform you that Peter Kenny is no longer employed here. As immediately anybody is sending message to this mailbox, you will first of all get this response. This is an automated reply. For your convenience, this email has been automatically forwarded to Tribunal Joe. So it will be sent to Tribunal Joe. And now say email only for people inside the organization, email from people inside and outside of your organization. So reply with a different message. You can customize your own. So there is a lot you can actually do. Then alliances, you can next to continue. There's no need for the alliances. So that is that about that. So we do the transfer of ownership, but we want to close this out, and then without this we just delete the user, so that is gone and gone for good. Now if we should, now you see that it's on assigning license, and then we have to wait till it's gone. If we come here to refresh, it will still be here, definitely it will still be here. But if I should log out now, let me just sign out. If I should sign out and try to sign in again, that is where the problem will come. Okay, so let's say we do office.com. We are seeing sign in as, okay, we do sign in. So we'll do sign in. The username may be incorrect. Make sure you type it correctly, otherwise contact your admin. So this user do not longer exist. Now you can restore deleted user and recover their data. This is the license, it has been unassigned, and now the user is deleted. Okay, so I want to refresh my list and see if Paul, Victor, and Taye are still in this organization. Okay, Paul Taye is still here. It wasn't deleted, but every other person is gone. So we are just going to delete them. So as an admin as well, I can decide to change password. I can reset user password. Now, how do I do that? If I want to reset Paz's password, I'll just come here and say reset password, and then normal, I say automatically create. If I uncheck, then I enter the password. If I say required to change and then I say no, that means it will be using the password that is automatically generated. So I'm just going to reset, and you see they have given me the password, and here it can go on and use it to log in, right? But in this case, I will as well delete this user. So I'm just going to delete this out. It's on assigning license, and then please don't close until we are done. So okay, that is it. I may want to close out. What about if I click multiple users and I want to reset them? You say you can only reset your own password individually. Please remove yourself from the yes, because me as an admin, I should not change my personal password for myself. So I can decide to change these 3 passwords, right? That is how this work. I think I'm going to delete Success Joe too. Take note of these users I'm deleting. Okay, so Success Joe is deleted. It's a very long section but concise. Please take your time and watch through. So contacts, I may want to add contact, I may want to add multiple contacts the same way we add users. This time around you download the CSV the same way you import contacts. Export contacts takes some time depending on the size, yes, but where am I exporting them from? Contacts in my organization. Do I even have anyone? Of course not. There is no one at all, so I'm not even expecting it to come up for now. So yeah, I can say add contacts. What do I need? If I say Paul Taye, then it picks the name, and I say Paul Ogborie for paulandy1@gmail.com, right? Hide from organizations globally. This is where every other person, if I should click here now, not everybody in the organization can see it, but if I uncheck it, they can see it when they go to the contact, global address list of the organization. So I may want to set profile of this person in case you want to check it, set by profile, mail tip, then I may just want to put anything here, so that okay, this guy is, just put something that once anybody open, they will be able to tell that okay, this is the guy I want to message, and once they see the company is from, they know him already. And then the guest users, these are external users like we said. So I'm going to add one guest user. I'm going to add this user. I'm going to add Paul from my other account that is signed in here in this system. So it's taking me to Microsoft Azure to create a new user in your organization, invite a guest user to collaborate with your organization. So this is it, and then I will say name. Let me just use my name. Then email address, we have this. Yeah, so we have that. We have Paul Ogborie for personal message for him. Hi, I want you to collaborate on a project with us. Okay, then groups, if I want to assign them to a group, I will assign them to group, you know, I have series of groups I know. So let me say I'm adding them to a practicing group. So block signing, no. So user location, if necessary, job description, everything, company's name, then no manager selected, and we want to say okay, he needs a manager, let Aden be his manager, and his role, maybe application, whatever, but no, he's an external user. So I will just do invite. I'm inviting the user. So I'm going to sign in private window. Let's do Outlook so that we can just get straight to, no, definitely not this account. So I'm going to log in this. Is it this we invited? So I'm gonna open Outlook from here. So this is its invitation. Look at it. Microsoft invite invitation on behalf of Polanyi Cloud Mastery. Invite at this. Some content in this message has been blocked because the sender isn't in your safe sender list. This is because of policy, exchange policy from the Entra Admin Center, and the security and compliance, Purview and Defender. Please only add to this email if this is just a warning. So the sender is Paul, this, and this is my username, organization where I work, and this is my domain. This is just now this is the message. Hi, I want you to collaborate on the project with us, so I will accept the invite. So you now see that he's an external user collaborating on a project with my own organization. In this case, I'll need his full email address. Now this is just a warning, by accepting, you allow this organization to receive your profile data, to collect log your activities, to use your profile data, all of those. So that is that about that. So I will refresh here. I want you to see something. Okay, it's even here already. So this is how you know external users. Now if you see the original email address top here, now we have #ext#. This is to show that it's an external user, right? And this is my domain. This is my primary domain. From here, this is my primary domain. So it will take my domain and take his own domain and join it together with #external #. That is how you know external user. So in this sense, now we can collaborate on the project effectively together. So I'm opening my mailbox. So, and here our deleted users. Here they are. I have option to restore them. So let's say I want to restore this is a resource. I don't want to restore resource. Let's say Victor Tune. If I should say restore user, auto generate password, let me create password, everything normal. You must do 2 things to complete, make the user change password upon file signing. So if I restore, it will give me the sign-in details again that I will need to send to this user, and this here they are. As usual, you can always print, then you send, and then I will close. So if I should go back to my active user, I'm expecting that Victor Tune should come up. Victor Tune, this is where he is. So I want to delete this user again. And if I want to permanently delete this user, like I said before, the team setup is in progress for Victor Tune. If you restore this user later, team setup might get started again. Yes, delete. I'm not assigning him later or restoring him later. It should be permanently deleted. Okay. So one last thing before I go is to show you how you can permanently delete a user. So we will go to identity. which is our Azure Active Directory, now known as the Entra ID. Okay, so I'm signing in. It's coming up. Here you see how I can permanently delete a user. I'm going to delete Victor Toon and maybe one other person, but I guess Victor Toon should do. So it's up. So I will say users and then I will say deleted users. So the same things you do here, you can as well do from there. This is Victor Toon, then I can force delete Victor Toon from here. Here you see user successfully permanently deleted. If I should come back here and go back to deleted users, Victor is no longer here. So this will bring us to a close of this session. I hope you enjoy it, and if you are watching me for the first time, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe and share this video. Thank you very much for watching up to this time. Until we'll see again next time, where we'll talk about group management. But for now, it's a bye. Bye.